The following is rated F for fairness. Viewers' discretion is advised.
Welcome to the audio show.
Deborah, I just want to give you flowers. I just want to say that you did mention about Domini and you did say your things about Domini, and I said, you know what, I had to reserve judgment for plausible reasons. Because, of course, friends, again, I'm in the mental health space and I cannot just write off of the cuff just so I'm crazy. I have to take stock, or else it's going to look like I'm just irresponsible when I watch pieces of content like this. But let's jump into it. Let's go.
You to say something to her?
Mike. Hey, Auntie.
What? What do you mean jail?
So let's work this out. So the pills them that Mike found in the room that Blake is staying in now, he has asked no questions at all, and he just went off of the cuff, believed Domini, and didn't believe his daughter. That's where we were from before. And I'm very upset with that, because while I do understand the whole idea of, yes, you know, you want to check a kid and stuff like that, if she's telling you repeatedly it's not her, you probably want to take a little breaks up, take some stock, relax, and try to see a little bit more.
Auntie, she can't be in jail right now. You know she's off her meds. You know she left them here. I just... Okay, listen. What we need to do is we need to figure out how to get her out of jail and get her into a hospital. She should not be in jail. Her meds were left here in Atlanta. Yes. Please. And call my lawyer if you need to. You have the information.
Slower than molasses. So your mind is just realizing now, I'm putting two and two together. He has to be listening to this phone call to get where he needs to get.
Okay, Auntie, please keep me posted. Okay, love you too. Okay, bye. Hey.
Hey.
So we gotta talk about something real quick. Babe.
Babe, hold on.
I know.
Put them in chat GPT.
I know.
So why didn't you do that, Mike, from before you get to Blake? So what I meant, why you never do little research first? That's what I was saying. You research these things first, you know, just jump off of the rails and decide your mind, you go at it with your adult daughter, basically. Just like that. And you tell her that she's doing pills when she not really doing no pills, but you've been telling her she's doing pills. And instead of you sitting down and doing the research, you don't do that first. You keep going off. All right.
I know.
This your mama's pills?
Yes. My mother left them when she was here.
And he came up there, told her that the pills were there, and instead of she saying, hey, no man, those aren't Blake's pills, those are my mother's pills, she left that so that basically Mike could have gone off on his daughter. This is why I've said now, and I've come to the conclusion, Domini is crazy, period. There is no more... Throw the mental health stuff for Dominic through the window, because now her criminal mind, like Deborah is saying, is clearly there. It's there. She's criminalistic. No matter what you do, she have a criminal mind. You can cut it and side it and decide, oh, well, you know, maybe she's have this trauma and that type of trauma. And you can do all that. At this point now, she is nuts. That's what it is.
Me and Blake just had a full argument with her about these damn pills. Nick, and your mama's pills, you knew that?
I mean, I didn't know that, but I didn't know, but now I know. But I told you not to say anything until I figured out what was going on. I didn't know at the time that we had the conversation.
Even in that moment, you didn't know for sure that it was Blake's pills, and you ain't say nothing.
Okay, well, in that moment, I didn't know whether they were or whether they weren't. I just had a strong feeling that they possibly could have not been, because I didn't know at the time.
She just stormed off and everything behind that.
Okay.
Exactly. She could have said something. So I think what they're pinpointing with this now, because of course the writers tried to do the mental health thing with Domini, realize that now people couldn't judge her, because now people can't make fun of mental health. So now them basically have to rewrite the story a different way. So that way, you know, it goes back to Domini being crazy, which is kind of what people thought she was in the first place. But them couldn't judge her because she had these mental illnesses or trauma. Are you following? So now we know the bat is crazy because instead of the bat just simply saying, these medications belong to my mother, blah, 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 she didn't say that at all. Instead, she left it so that it insinuated that Blake is popping pills. That's basically what she did.
Like, that's not that big of a deal right now. You and your daughter have a little bit of a spackle. My mother is in jail. That takes precedence over you and your
That's
daughter
not a
right
big deal.
now.
No,
Yes.
no, it doesn't. That's my daughter.
I'm not. Okay.
And you know me and my daughter been having a terrible time in the relationship, trying to have a relationship. This is not helping.
Okay,
I
Mike.
respect your mom in jail. Okay, cool. But that's my daughter.
Excuse me, you respect my mother being in jail?
I'm just
you
saying.
should not respect my mother being in jail. Listen, at the end of the day, your mother, your daughter, whatever, y'all had an argument, Mike.
Whatever?
Y'all
That's
had
my
an
daughter.
argument.
You see, whatever.
Y'all
That's
had
my
an
daughter.
argument.
Yeah,
So, in other words, his daughter does not matter. That's basically what she said in a nutshell. You can cut that any way you want, cut it. She's saying her mother takes precedence over his daughter. Even though just now she insinuated that his daughter was basically popping pills. Him go off on him daughter saying that she's popping pills. Now something comes out and basically her mother takes precedent. Right.
She got upset. That's fine. My mother is in jail right now because her pills are in the
I don't know
liver.
where my daughter is.
Okay, well then go find her. I can't go find my mother.
Well, go back around then. What you mean go find her? You sound crazy right now, Domini.
No, you sound
You sound
insensitive
crazy right
right
now.
now. You sound
I'm insensitive?
Your daughter,
My daughter
is in
is
Atlanta.
insensitive
My
because
mother
I
is
know
in
she is.
jail. You got some nerve, Mike. Your daughter is around here moping. My mother is in jail when she needs to be in a damn hospital.
She doesn't care about her mother. It was last week that her mother was basically outside and she told her mother to rot. In fact, she herself told her mother that she need to go, unalive herself because basically that's her justice for whatever it is. So all of this, no, all of a sudden she basically, I don't know what, she's like hero, whatever it's of her mother. Give me a break. That's how me know the old bat crazy. So all of a sudden now, her mother taking precedent, but just last week she was telling her mother to unalive herself. Her mother showed up with a tent in front of her house, to which she was telling her mother she needs to stay outside in the tent. In fact, her mother was using the bushes for toilet, so she had in the bush them. Who know if something to crawl up underneath or whatever it is, you know what I mean? That's what's going on. But you know what? I just can't, but I'm sorry.
I'm not going to say it.
Say it. How can he not take that as a sign that she's nuts and that she does not consider anything he has going on? If him not really look on that and take that as this girl is spoilt, criminal minded, and don't bother bring the trauma argument in it because that goes now through the window. The trauma has nothing to do with the behaviors that she's doing now. Nothing. Nothing. But this now, I think they're showing is where people will use whatever mental illness they have, because they also have this. That's why I said I wanted to give this some time. People, so I think what they're playing with Dominic is people who use mental illness to do whatever they want to do, okay? And then try to say, oh, it's because of the mental illness and it has nothing to do with it. It's their way of not taking accountability or responsibility via the use of whatever mental illness they have. That's what they're playing with this. Well, give me a take. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I'm going to talk to y'all soon.